Good morning, guys. I am here. I think I have this gadget figured out. It's holding my phone up over the workstation here. This is the surface that I'm going to use. This is Chalk Couture. It's the Couture Gallery board in 9 by 12. Now you don't have to use Chalk Couture surfaces. You can use anything you like. I mean, you can chalk on chalkboard. This is magnetic and chalkboard. You can do it on metal, even cardstock paper. I mean, wood, any kind of surface will do. Now, the colors I'm going to use today, this is the Raspberry Sorbet. That's going to be for the hearts. It'll be in the basket. And then, of course, the teal. These are Chalkology chalks by Chalk Couture, and then I'll be using the white as well. I'm going to be brave and try a little bit of a double color today, but the transfers come in a sealed package, and you just peel this back, and you're going to reuse it later. So I just open it up. This is perfect to store it in again later. And this is the one we're going to use. Now I'm going to cut these. Let me find my scissors here. And then you can just position them however you want on the board. It's just up to you how you want to do it. Okay, so there's the bike. And then you see the hearts here. They have lines on there. I don't know if you can see it or not, where you would cut it. So the hearts are going to go in the basket later, and then the better together. So I'm just going to decide where I'm going to position this, which I think that looks pretty good. You can also do it this way, but we have to keep in mind the hearts are going to come up. So we could even do it this way a little, to where the heart comes up here, and let's see if that'll work. I can position the hearts here. Yeah, I think this is the way I'm going to go, to where the hearts come up to fill a little bit of this space, and then the better together goes a little over. So anyway, I wanted to show you, also just so you know, off to the right I have like a 9 by 13 pan of water, just to lay the transfers in, to keep them wet while I'm finishing the project. And then afterwards I just will wipe them with a disinfectant wipe, like a Clorox wipe or something like that, and then just put them on the other side of the fuzzing cloth to air dry. So this is the fuzzing cloth. We fuzz it to get some of the stickiness off, and if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, it's not a big deal. You can just use whatever you're wearing. You just put it on your pants or shirt or something, just to fuzz it, because you don't, and you want to kind of pull real easy, just kind of remove the backing more so than the other way around. Just lay it on there. It just kind of takes a little of the tackiness off, so it doesn't stick so hard against the surface there. Well, I may have gotten a little carried away there myself. Okay, so here we go. It lifts up. And the transfers are, they have like a tiny thin screen in them. These are screen transfers. Let's see. We said we were going to go more over this way. So there we go. Just place it down there. I'm gonna kind of hold it up to see. That looks fine. I don't think, maybe I do want to move it down just a little bit more. Because it's new, it does seem, you know, a little more sticky, even with the fuzzing, but it's okay. I mean, you do need to have it down good and secure anyway. Okay, so now I'm gonna put, no, that's not gonna work either. Sorry guys, this is part of the nature of it, so let me see here. I've done lots of different crafting, as you guys already know. Most of you know me and know me through crafting. So I'm having a time here. This is not usual, but we'll get through it. I just didn't want the bike to look too tilted. There, I think I have it. Okay. I hope you guys can see this and that it's centering okay. Let me get, I'm going to do the, I got my squeegee. Okay, I got it. Now, I'm also going to just stir up my paste. You kind of want it to be like the consistency of yogurt or sour cream, something like that. And the really nice thing about it is you can, the squeegees are a little flexible. You just use the squeegee to get your product out. So you just put a little paste on there. It doesn't take much at all. And you'll be resalvaging your paste, so it takes forever to go through a full bottle of this, or jar, I should say. So you get the paste on there. I'm thinking I'm going to make the basket white, so I'm going to try really hard not to get over there where the basket is completely. But you can go up and down, sideways, just whatever it takes to get the chalk in there. And as you can see, you don't do the entire screen. You just do the areas that are see-through there. That's where the transfer goes, or takes place, I mean. Okay, so now I think I'm just gonna kind of go over it a little bit, but I think I have all of the bike covered that I want to cover at this point. Now, you can just kind of go over it a little to make sure you got every little space. Then you just kind of rub your chalk back into the container there. Now I have wet paper towels over here to clean things with as I go. So I'm going to clean the squeegee off. Then I'm going to do the white. These are all brand new, so I'm having to open them for the first time. And I've just watched a lot of YouTube videos. You kind of learn what is normal and what isn't. Sometimes they said the paste can seem liquidy or even frozen, just depending on the weather, but you just stir it. If it gets too thick, you can add a little water to it. They say just mist it on there. All right, so here I'm putting in the white paste. Just on the basket. And I'm just gonna bear down a little bit. You learn pretty easy and pretty quickly the pressure that you put on just to get it through. Okay, so I'm going to take that, put the remainder back into my tub so that we have it later, and we're going to lift this up. Now you want to go from top to bottom or side to side. You don't want to take a corner and go down because you could stretch your transfer, and we don't want to do that. So this is kind of tighter than it would normally be because it's so brand new. But as you can see, now the specs and the spots that are on it are made into the design that way so that it looks like the bicycle is aged. And there we go. I'm going to put this in the water for now. But you can see we've got the bicycle on there. Okay, it's really easy. Now, for the better together, I'm going to do the fuzzing on it. I'm going to try to do it a little more because that was a little tough. And also, the larger the transfer, it can get a little harder to fuzz and things like that. I did a couple small pieces that you've probably seen on the page there, and I just didn't have any issues with the fuzzing or anything like that. So. So I'm gonna hold that up. That looks good. And you guys, you know what I just noticed? I used the ink, the teal ink instead of the paste for the bicycle. So I'm gonna move to the paste and see if it's any difference. I mean, they say it's okay to use the ink on there. The ink is more for fabric, like if you wanted to do let's say onesies or dish towels or something like that, you would use the ink, and then you have to heat set them. They included that ink in my kit, and I didn't really pay close attention, I guess. So what I'm going to do is try the paste and see if it's does different on here. I don't think that it will, but it is more for fabric. So let's see. Now I told you I'm going to try to use both teal and white. So I'm just going to do a smear of the teal about halfway down. Also, the chalk paste, it dries super fast. So you don't want to leave the transfer on there forever. you know, and take too long. So now what I'm going to do is, let me wipe off my squeegee a little. Okay, now I'm going to take the white and go around the bottom of where I missed. I'm going to do the bottom, and then once I get a little, feel like the bottom part's good, then I'm just going to take my finger to blend the rest. See how I got the G covered there? Okay, so take off some of the white. Now I'm just going to do this because it's okay as long as it's covered. It doesn't matter, and it just leaves a nice effect on the finished product. So I'm going to be doing a big craft show May 2nd, so I'm making things now to take to that, and hopefully I'll video as many of them as I can to give you an idea on how it works. The last thing we have to do now is the heart. So I'm going to take this up. I'm going to go from bottom to top and just lift. Now I got some on the board, but I'll show you how to get that up. It's so easy. Again, those little blotches and stuff, that's part of the design, as you can see. It's made to look distressed. This board is too. The frame is distressed. I mean, that's just the look of it and the way that it works. Now, you can see I got some on here. I'm just going to wipe it off. That's the beauty of this. If you get tired of this and you want to reuse the surface, the frame and everything, you can do it at any time. You just, I mean, it dries and it's not easy to get off if it's just dry. But if you wet it and scrape and things, it will come off. And so you can reuse the frame. And I'll show you that later on as we go. I'm gonna grab a Kleenex here and just kind of make sure. Okay, so now the last thing, see how that made the two-tone? I think that looks really cute. So now I'm going to add the hearts. So let's put that on there. And that'll be the last piece. Some people wear, you know, those really thin surgical gloves and things to put this with, but I don't bother with that because that's just part of the crafting deal, is you're gonna get a little messy. But it comes right off. It's real easy to wash off. I'll just wash my hands and it'll be done. So now, okay, I wiped off my squeegee, and now I'm gonna add the hearts. So let me get this stirred up. This is really pretty. It's almost like a hot pink. So it'll be perfect for the hearts. Now I've got an order placed where I'm going to be getting a lot more products and colors and things like that. So you'll be seeing those as we go along. Now, okay. And with the fuzzing cloth, it's even washable. Now I'm just going to make sure that's dry. It is. Okay, so I'm going to put the hearts like it's coming out of the basket, just like this. You don't have to worry about getting the whole transfer down, just as long as the area that you're going to chalk is. Okay, so we go. Oh, that looks cute. Okay, let me put it in water so that I can clean these up as soon as I'm done here. So anyway, this is how simple it is to do. What I'll do is take a picture of it propped up, you know, so you can get a better view of it after I film. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sure I'll get better with time. And some of the products are smaller. I did want to show you like these. These are more like a 5x7. This is a like a chalkboard that has a stand that you can stand it up in. I'll be showing you some of those later, but there's just lots of different sizes. Lily has jumped up on the table and I'm going to move this before she gets on it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.